A former Spurs player has his say on Kota Takai. Could Spurs move for a Manchester United star? And will Tottenham midfielder be leaving this summer? Here are your daily Tottenham news headlines. Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name's Craig and here are your daily Tottenham news headlines where I'll be going through all the latest news, rumours and reports. If you're watching on YouTube and are not already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Like, share and comment below. And if you're listening on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. And if you do have a spare minute, please vote for us at the Football Content Awards 2025. All of the details are below. Let's get into it. TBR Football understands that Tottenham Hotspur are among the clubs monitoring Manchester United winger Alejandro Garnacho, according to the Daily Mail. Tottenham asked about Garnacho in January, as reported by TBR Football, before eventually opting to sign Matisse Tell on loan. The 21-year-old has been told to train away from the main Manchester United squad at Carrington last week. The Red Devils did value their academy graduate at 70 million, but that would likely need to be reduced if they hope to offload him this summer. He still managed an impressive campaign in terms of goal involvements last season, netting 11 times and getting a further 10 assists. Due to Tottenham having issues signing Morgan Gibbs-White, a move for Garnacho could be considered if they can't reach an agreement with Nottingham Forest. Give Me Sport report a clever move made by Forest over the Gibbs-White saga. Ben Jacobs told Give Me Sport, "My understanding is for Forest to counter Tottenham's desire to get that deal done. Forest are to make a new contract offer to Morgan Gibbs-White. This is a smart play from Forest as the ball is now firmly in the player's court, and his intention can be made clear to the club and the fans. Forest will want to show at least that they put up a strong fight to keep their captain, and offering him a new deal does exactly that. With the Europa League football now on offer and a lucrative deal on the table, this could be enough to keep him for at least another season. The 25-year-old must now weigh up the pros and cons of staying at the City Ground this summer. But at this stage, his heart is set on Spurs. Evangelos Marinakis' club may well end up losing Gibbs-White, but they can at least show they've made a strong bid to keep him. Former Spurs player Kazuyuki Toda has been talking about Kota Takai and how much he rates the player. Kota Takai recently became the second Japanese player to sign for Tottenham Hotspur's men's team, following in the footsteps of Kazuyuki Toda, who joined the club on loan in 2003 after starring in the 2002 World Cup. Toda is now a pundit in Japan and is highly impressed by Takai. At just 20, Takai has already made his mark at Kawasaki Frontale and the Japanese national team. Known for his height, technical ability, versatility in defence and football intelligence, Takai is seen as a rising talent with significant potential. Toda believes Takai can grow under the guidance of experienced players like Christian Romero and coaches like Thomas Frank. He emphasises the importance of adapting to English life and culture, encouraging Takai to enjoy the experience, embrace mistakes and stay open-minded. Reflecting on his own move to Spurs, Toda recalls it as a dream fulfilled and believes Takai is on a promising path. Give Me Sport report that Yves Bissouma is expected to seal his departure from Tottenham this summer, but he's not desperate to move on to pastures new, and that has resulted in him being very particular about who is prepared to join after being dissatisfied with the calibre of Premier League sides keeping tabs on his situation. The central midfielder has entered the final 12 months of his contract, which allows him to pocket £55,000 per week, resulting in influential figures at Spurs being open to cashing in, as they do not want to be left in a situation where he could head through the exit door as a free agent at the end of the upcoming term. GMS sources have been informed that Bissouma, who found the back of the net twice in all competitions during the 2024-25 campaign, remains on course to be given the green light to quit, as Frank is scouring the market for a fresh option in the middle of the park, and that would result in him being under threat of falling down the pecking order if he stays on board. And finally, some light-hearted news that may be of interest to some of you. Tottenham Hotspur is delighted to announce a long-term partnership with Molson Coors Beverage Company, bringing Prava and its range of beers and ciders to fans at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium from the 2025-26 season onwards. Alongside Prava, the partnership will see the introduction of a refreshed range of beverages throughout the stadium, including Coors, Madri Exceptional, Madri 0.0, Record League and Cobra. Well, here's my thoughts on all those stories today, starting off with Alejandro Garnacho links. For me, he's a very, very good player, and he's worked under Justin Cochran before as well, so that would be a bonus. You saw what a difference Garnacho made in the final when he came on in Bilbao. He's a very, very good, tricky player. I think they're only going to be looking at Garnacho, from what we understand, if Morgan Gibbs-White doesn't get over the line. Certainly is an option. It'd be interesting to see what sort of fee they would have to negotiate. For me, Morgan Gibbs-White, though, is the one we need to be progressing with, which leads us on to Morgan Gibbs-White. This seems to be in limbo still. Not much different to report, but all the news is still positive. That's how I'm taking it, as a positive, that from all we're hearing, Gibbs-White wants to move to Tottenham. I still think this gets done. I think it gets done hopefully over the next week. And fingers crossed this deal gets done, because this is the sort of player, as I've said many times, that we need to be looking to bring in. He really does bolster that attack and improves our attack, to be honest with you. But I understand that Nottingham Forest don't want to lose their captain and key man, so let's see how that one goes. Toda talking about Kota Takai, just full of praise, everybody about this lad, totally full of praise and what he can achieve. So hopefully he gets a good few minutes in the pre-season friendlies. I'm sure Thomas Frank is going to want to have a look at him, along with the likes of Luka Vuskovic. Be interesting to see them partnered up, actually. That would be really interesting. Two brand new centre-backs. Let's see what we got there. Essentially, we got 6 centre-backs, 7 if you include Ben Davies at the moment. So there's going to be competition in that area. Or could some go out? But then again, Thomas Frank does like to play 3 at the back sometimes. So we're well stocked in that area. Really keen to see how Takai does. So that is definitely a player, possibly for now, but certainly for the future. Yves Bissouma possibly going. I've said before, I can see this happening. I can see Bissouma moving on if the right offer comes in and the right club comes in for him. It seems like he is being a bit picky with where he wants to go. Whether he does move outside the Premier League or into Europe remains to be seen. But I think we can probably command a decent enough fee for Bissouma, and for me, I think it's probably about right time that Bissouma does go. Hasn't sadly hit the heights he did when he was at Brighton, but more importantly, he played very, very well in that final. So there is a player in there. It's just not been consistent enough for me. So if Bissouma wants to go and they can get a good price, that's fine. Bissouma can go as long as we replace him. And finally, just for a bit of fun, the new deal about the drinks in the stadium at Tottenham. Madri and Cobra among those. Record League as well. Cobra always associate with having a curry. So that'd be nice to go at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and have a Cobra. Anyway, everyone, get down in the comments and let me know what your thoughts are on all those stories today and how you're feeling right now as a Tottenham Hotspur fan. Come on, you Spurs.